They should have the Kale ending, where you just spend tens of thousands of runes with him, and he just gets to buy the entire lands between. Yeah, nice to do business with you too, my friend. But back we go. Of course, by getting this whip so soon, after doing all this, it kind of invalidates the whole killing of Dialos that we did last episode, which is a bit silly. Ah well, that's how it goes. The tale of Hoslo was written in blood. Just turned out to be his blood. So where exactly were we going to get that whip, is the question. Was it down to the left here? Because there was a path down here. Round crystal bird, and then anything down here at all? Golden rune will be nice, because we want to upgrade said whip once we get it. Now we've probably got to tussle with that Iron Virgin that's over the other side. Maybe it was the reward for besting that Virgin, or maybe it was before the Virgin. Maybe it was that shiny over there. At least these lads are nice and easy to deal with. Oops, fired that second one just a little too soon, and that one apparently. Fine, we'll just do that. There it is, Urumi. Because this is a decent dex scaling whip, I think. Doesn't have the bleed, but we're not an arcane build. Sammy's already got that covered, and it does have good. It's also whip slash rather than strike. That's curious. Can also be used as a spear to pierce foes. Odd. Let's try it in main hand. Let's just do a bit of practice and see what we've got. So, yep, standard sort of whip moveset by the look. And then our strong attacks. Yeah, we've got standard sort. Oh, so if we charge our strong attack, we can also do a thrust. Very nice. And then we've got our usual sort of dual wielding combos. Nice, this might become our primary whip. But for that we're going to need to level it up, and for that we're going to need runes. So sod it, let's have a scrap with this version. And by that I mean shoot it with arrows. Okay, that's not doing a great deal of damage. And we don't want to get trapped in a corner there either, really. Oops. Oh, we get good damage off there though. But now we're being ommed and nommed. And that's not going to help us survive. And now we just need to cheese it round a corner if we can so we can heal. Didn't have time. Fair enough. You win this round, Virgin. Now, maybe we should head over that way, into that little tunnel, rather than messing around up here with magical hands and whatnot. Because I feel like not everyone should just be hanging around in these three areas. I'm worried about breaking quests, you see, which is why everyone's spending so much time loitering. I know that a bunch of quests will advance to their next phase and or just break altogether once we move into the Altus Plateau. But at the same time, someone's got to at some point. But then again I worry that I might be under-leveled for that sort of thing. So... yeah, someone's still alive. There you are. You're a bit late with the horn, my friend, because everyone's already dead. But the only way to find out if we're underleveled for the area is going to be to get in there and try and wreck it up and see what happens. Scarab? Oh, we one-shot it. What a pro. Hoarfrost Stomp. Now, it seems like some of the cold stuff actually scales with dex rather than just int, so maybe we could use a bit of frost, although I did say we're not really a status effect build. And that remains true. We'll see. Everything is negotiable. If it's fun, then it's fun. And the easiest way to find out if it's fun is to try it. That was a big explosion. Thanks for that. Didn't do a great deal of damage though, so all is well. Although I've just noticed those barrels. Yeah, if he'd hit those, then it might have been a bigger explosion and might have done a bit more damage. But is there a safe way down? This is something I need to find out. And also, are you a Banished Knight or a Leyendell Knight, or what are you? Well, you've got a magic sword now, so you're a pain in the ass is what you are. Although, our patented ride around in a really tight circle and whip appears to be confusing you. Not exactly the combat style anyone would aspire to, but it seemed to work. And yeah, it seems like the safe way down is just to stroll down. Golden Seed, you say? I've got to snag that, haven't we? Whilst we're in the vicinity. Lovely. And another scarab, you say? Ambassador, you are spoiling us. And that one's Barbaric Roar. Doesn't sound like a terribly anything to do. If it was Barbaric Whinge, then it might be more appropriate. But there we go, nice new Site of Grace. And treasure. Smithing 5. I don't know what type of smithing stone we need for our new whip, but grabbing some 5s is always a good idea, I imagine. Yeah, let's go visit somewhere new, Annie. You like new things, don't you? You don't spend your entire life in one bloody room. She does her best, bless her. Now, why are you up here? You're a bloody octopus. This isn't really land, and it's definitely not water. So I feel like you don't belong. Lovely. Smithing Stone 4. Now, are both of our current whips strike weapons? Yes, they are. Good. That means these miners are going to get wrecked. One would hope. Pretty much. Pretty much wrecked. It's all very nice now. I like these green stones. It makes a nice change. I don't know if it means anything gameplay-wise. I see you. Goddamn pests. Now, that does mean though that we're now going to have to keep targeting things just to make sure there's no more of these buggers around, such as these lads over here, for example. Yeah, I'm just going to say sod criticals and then drop the dagger. We're not really using it. And we've been poisoned. Amazing. Do we have out that we can do about that? Item crafting? Alleviates poison builder? Yeah, we can make some of those. How many can we make? A few. We could even put them on here. But let's see, are there any more of those things that are going to burst open? Yes. But that might be it for now. So yeah, let's cure our poison. Is that what the green means? Are these poison rocks? Oh wait, I see them. Those little spiky balls on the ground. Yeah, those guys have used these before. Be wary of right. That's a rock. Be wary of left. That's some more rocks. Aha! But they were correct though. Ha 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 ha! What a jolly man. He's dead now. Let's break their hiding places and see what's what. Yeah, I don't see any more of them around, so that's good. Let's do the old check. And yeah, it's death. One of these days there's going to be something under one of these lifts. Yep. Did we get it? Yes, we did. It's a smithing stone 5, cool. And you could jump back down that bit. But can you jump back down on this side? You can. Oh, who do we trust? That one's got 2 appraisals. This one has got 7 appraisals. Might be the same guy who left both messages. First off, look carefully. Well, there's another down. Here. Yeah. So I guess that look carefully message was just telling us, yep. Check where you're dropping before you drop. Which is usually sound advice. Try fire. Do we need fire? We don't need fire. Although yeah, it's these lads, isn't it, that... They can be tempted into exploding. Wanted to be careful there not to aggro both of these at once. But we've avoided that, which is nice. That's a pest. That's a whole bunch of poison guff. And a smoke bomb, that's fine. We'll just run away. And yeah, poison things all over the floor there. Can you just strike them from a distance? You can, but then you just get poisoned anyway. Okay. Well, now we may as well just charge through and set the rest off. Maybe there's no more around. We'll take the chance that there's no more around and we'll just have another of our poison cures. Pests. They're jolly little chaps, you've got to give them that. With their little ha-ha, hee-hee. But they don't really stand up that well to jumping dual whips. Which is understandable, because who would? Look at these little tiny benches for them to all sit on. It's kind of cute. Are they worshipping this plant? Maybe. Well, it's too strong for us to break, so it's a pretty good plant. I can't really blame them. And now the sensible thing to do in this catacomb is probably just run to the end. And then die next to the Stake American. Yeah, I can't remember what the boss was. But our demi-human ashes might be fun against it. Probably. Oh, it's you, is it? Oh, is it you and skeletons? Is that what we're looking at here? Trapped. Yeah, this thing's got no health. But if it bleeds me, then I will have no health as well, so... There we go. And it's Prawn Boy ashes, that's fine. I was mostly doing it for the runes. That's a good number of runes for such an easy catacombs. But now, yeah, getting to Castle Redmane would be fun. So, let's start from the cathedral. We haven't even got the cathedral. Oh no, there's the cathedral. It's just above us, I guess. Staying off the main road seems to be the safest way to navigate Caelid, because then you just avoid the prawn boys and the dogs that patrol the road. There's a fort there. Which one's that? That's not just... Oh, that might be it. That's square. But if that's it, then we should really be on an upper plateau rather than down here. Maybe we could have a cautious explore of the old Waypoint ruins, because there's got to be something of use in here. Oh, how's that dog not dead? Prawn boy. What are you doing? At least he's not firing those bloody long-range things at us. Maybe the ones in Celia Crystal Tunnels have just made me more scared of those things than I really should be. Although that was still pretty scary, so... maybe not. There we go. I figure that there's got to be something in these ruins. We've got to stop just riding through everything headlong without stopping and looking around. Nope. You haven't seen anything, my friend. You definitely didn't see Yuki drop off a 2-foot high ledge. I wasn't even sure if you had a back that could be stabbed there, but it seems like you do. And there's the Pest's Glaive. So it's a halberd of some sort. Curious. Now, what have you got for us? Ambush ahead. Who'd have thought it in Caelid? Bug but skinny sort. So yeah, it's going to be more of these prawn boys. There's one over there. There's one there. There's one there. Didn't expect misfortune. You're in Caelid, my friend. Yeah, I thought that lad would be on to me at this point. Oh, we do have a bow and arrow on Ukes. Good. Might come in handy one day. Really, we should be trying to flame this boy, I think. Ouch. Yeah, the black flame did good damage. If we get a second one off, that'd be cool. And we're poisoned. Flame, cleanse me. Boom. Love it. Flames. Is there nothing they can't do? Right, hopefully that was it for the main ambush, and the other little shit guys are just that, really. Just little and shit. There's a bunch of them. If only we had a weapon that could hit multiple enemies at once. Like so. Hello, real life Yuki. Have you come to join me? Do you want me to lift up these cables so you can sit on my lap? You're not really helping yourself here, but that's never been your way, has it, you silly sausage? Now he's just sort of half standing on me. His back legs are on my legs. He's stood on the arm of my chair. He's coming back for more. Make yourself comfortable then, or bugger off, one of the two. Or just rub your tail all over the microphone. I guess that's an option. At this point it feels like we're just murdering a family for no real reason. But I think we're done. Have we killed everyone? Yeah, it looks like we have. Good. This better be worth it. The meteoric ore blade. That feels like it would be worth it if we were going to use it. But we're not. What is it? Straight sword? A katana? An int katana? That seems kind of cool. Maybe get it for Cherry at some point. With a gravity skill on it so it can pull enemies in, although that's more of a Trace thing. I think Trace will be using gravity magic so she can pull things in so she can bop them with her sword. But she's using straight swords, so... that might be one of these weapons that we're not going to get around to using. Now Yuki's become a little white and black blob on my lap with no legs. Sweet little loaf. This isn't helping him get into the fort, is it? Which direction was that fort I was looking for? Pretty much behind where we're facing now. There's a stone sword key door over there. Someone's got to get the stone sword key door at some point, surely. Let's see what the messages have to say. Here. Thank you. That's not much of a help. Precious item ahead. That's also not much of a help. It requires 2 keys. Yuki appears to have 0 keys, assuming that they are indeed a key item. If stone sword keys aren't a key item, then what the heck? This feels like the fort. Yep, here we are. But yeah, we haven't found a site of grace anywhere nearby, so let's try and clear this place in one shot, shall we? Otherwise these souls might be down the toilet. Fort Gale. Why is Fort Gale nowhere near the Gale Tunnel? Also, why is it even Fort Gale? Gale was in Souls 3. We haven't got many arrows on us, so I think we'll probably leave that Lion Warrior to do his thing. Nice. Yeah, we got good damage. And a Redan soldier helm. Is that the one we already had? Have we got 2 Redan soldier helms? Oh no, Redmane Knight and Redan soldiers are 2 different things. That's 2 different types of armor set that we can grab in and around, it seems. Let's rearrange these cables so we're not quite bopping old Ukes in the face with them. No, there's a soldier who comes out of there, isn't there? Oops. That's the one I wanted to do. Give him the old black flame if we can. Or maybe we'll just cheese it. Get up this ladder. We're not terribly worried about fighting that ladder, are we? Getting to Redmane Castle is our real goal. Is there loot there as well? No. He's probably climbing up the ladder after us, isn't he? See you later, friendo. Now let's try not to die to explosive bolts. Oh, fuck. So we're not out of the wood. Well, we're out of the worst of it, I guess. But we're not out of the woods just yet. Even though we've made it across the impassable Great Bridge. So we still need a Sight of Grace. There's another of those lads. They're pretty tough. So yeah, maybe we'll do a bit of what that ghost was doing and just give it a bit of the old sneaky sneaky. And then run away. Get off a quick heal. And now even a blocked attack is going to finish off this lad, surely. Good. Now you're just a foot soldier, so you can just have some of that. Oops, camera. That guy can stand over there and do his little flame spewing trick as much as he likes. Because if he's out of range, he's out of range. Maybe I should put a dash of points into Arcane as well, just to up my chance of finding a new armor set.